I want to show you an interview that was taking place between the guy from the Crypto Coin Show and the founder of SOSANA, David Track. David Track is the guy with the blue jacket. So all my credit goes to the Crypto Coin Show, and for that, you're going to be able to see the link to his YouTube channel down below in the description. So this interview I found very interesting. David Track covers some of the basic principles of the SOSANA ecosystem, but something that really caught my attention is almost by the end of the video, he tells you the percentage of growth that every project that wins the nomination process has gone through. I'm not going to tell you the percentage because you might not believe me, but it mentions the average growth of every single project that has won the nomination process. Now, if you're not familiar with SOSANA, I'm going to leave you down below this video in the description also a link so you can opt in into my page and I can send you more detailed information about how SOSANA works. But basically, SOSANA has a voting mechanism by which every 2 weeks you can vote in one of the projects that are presented and nominated by other members. And if you win, or if you vote for the winning project, you're going to be given tokens for free. They're going to be airdropped to you. Now, here's the thing. The winning project of every 2 weeks has grown massively. And you're going to hear from the horse's mouth, from David Track, what that percentage is. Now, personally, I don't buy to sell. What I do is I buy the winning project and I hold it in my portfolio. So I am looking to build my portfolio over the long term. I'm not looking to buy and sell, although you can do that because, again, it's your wallet, it's your portfolio, you can do whatever you like. Personally, for me, I'm looking at the long term, not just months, but years. So at the moment, I'm building my portfolio of quality projects that are selected by the community, and basically, those projects that win the nomination tend to be pretty good. So David Track is going to cover how do we avoid the scammers? What about our gated community? How does it work with protecting other members? For example, using KYC. Very, very interesting interview and definitely worth attending one of the Zoom calls that take place Monday to Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So without further ado, I'm gonna leave you with the video. Really good information. And if you like what you see, just check in the description for my link and I'll be able to get you more information. This is worth your time. This is not one of those silly Ponzi schemes that tells you you're going to be a millionaire by tomorrow, that you can earn 10% a day. This is a serious long-term project that you should really pay attention. I cannot stress that enough. And I know this might sound like hype, but really there isn't any project like SOSANA anywhere in the world as far as I know. And I want you to pay close attention to it, because if you miss this, probably in the next 2-3 years, you're going to see how the price of SOSANA goes from what it is now, about 23 cents a coin, to maybe $2, $5, $10. I'm telling you, I've got plenty of SOSANA, and I cannot imagine for a second this project not going to the moon. Simply because there are so many projects that have gone to the moon and they don't have any utility. As you can see here in this interview, you're going to see the utility of the project. Not just you can earn every 2 weeks tokens. There is a learning platform. This company has gone through an audit with an independent company to make sure there are no holes, to make sure they cannot actually do a rug pull on you, just like many Ponzi schemes. Pay attention to the interview. I think you'll be glad. And don't forget to attend the Zoom calls Monday to Thursday, any day, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what you see, get in touch with me and I can help you not only to get involved with SOSANA, but also if you want, which is optional, if you want to build a team because there is a referral program, I can help you as well with that, providing you with emails, pages, and so forth. Having said that, thank you for watching. Keep watching the video, okay? Feel free to comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you don't miss cool videos just like this. All right, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.
We're live at Consensus 2026 in Miami with David Track, founder and owner of SOSANA. We spoke with them last year. They've been on a mission to fix crypto, all of the issues, especially early stage startups, launching tokens, making sure it's done successfully, verifiably, and without any hitches, which has happened in the Wild West in crypto in the past.
It is the Wild West, man.
Yeah, but you guys have been trying to make sure that people are going down the right path, especially upon launches, right?
You know, it's interesting. It's not just launching tokens. It's even established tokens. But the problem that we see in crypto is twofold. One is way oversupply, and not enough demand. Mm-hmm. And then there's scammers that are just circling the industry, and there's a lot of newbies in the space, and people get taken advantage of, and it gives the industry a bad rap. It makes it so that hitting a bull run again is extremely difficult. Did you know how many tokens were launched last year?
I heard. I don't know about last year, but I was hearing 11 million this morning from inception, but too many.
The person, I heard him say that, and he's actually incorrect.
Okay.
And I didn't want to say anything, but he was speaking on stage.
Yeah.
But 23 million tokens were launched.
More than double.
11.5 million, which might have been a number that he was getting at, was launched on Pump Fund alone. So we love Solana, we love Pump Fund. The problem is that the filtering is not there. Mm-hmm. So you have a lot of these great projects that have great potential, great people behind them, and they get lost, in the shuffle because a new one pops up, and it looks great. It's the shiny object syndrome, which is our name, right? That's the acronym. So we're SOSANA, shiny object syndrome, and nothing accomplished. Which came to me one night as an investor. I'm buying I did a lot of my investing in Solana, and I found that they're like altcoins. I mean, not altcoins. I'm sorry. They're like stable coins. They're just go up a little bit, go down, and then they started to drop. And I'm like, great projects that should have gone the distance just got left behind, and the money left and went to these other projects that rug pulled. So what started as a meme token, just kind of making fun of ourselves, poking fun, and at the shiny object syndrome that we're all kind of victims of. It morphed into how do we fix this problem? Because if you don't fix it, then the government comes in to do it for you, and you get the government in there, and all of a sudden it takes away from the decentralization, and they add their centralization to it, and so we're trying to self-regulate and help the industry.
You mentioned you can have a good team, you can have what you think the traditional boxes checked, and there are a lot of great people that are coming into Web3 from Web 2 and from traditional companies. They want to move into Web3, but then there's that part where token comes in and then it doesn't sustain, or scammers, things like that. So how can we solve that part? What do those teams that are super legitimate teams need to do to have success on the Web3 side? Sure.
It's a great question. So first and foremost, we built a community that is a gated community. And when I say that, I mean, in order to be a part of our community, you have to get vetted. We do what's called a KYC, a Know Your Customer, quick verification background. We partner with a third-party company, and once you're in our community, you can network and communicate, but there's no spoofing of names and faking people out. You know who everybody is, and so you can trust that you're now connecting with people that are real, that are verified through our system. That's first and foremost. So that kind of removes the scammers from preying on you. And then the other thing is, how do these great projects like you're mentioning, you've got real devs and real teams behind there. How do they get recognized, and how do you filter out the good from the bad? So we have a nominating and voting process twice per month. So every we just in fact had our first week now. This is our sixth round that we've had of winners, but we just started another round. And what happens is once the nominations start, the members, as long as you're verified, can nominate whatever token that they think is a great token on the Solana blockchain. We have algorithms built in that filter out the bad to begin with. So that we don't, we keep that as sort of our, a trade secret. It's in-house, but we do have the built in so that it first has to get past our first level of security. Once it gets through, after that first week of nominations, as long as you're holding $500 in SOSANA, you're not paying us, you're just buying our token, and you can sell it, whatever. You can nominate any token. As long as you're holding $50, you can vote. And so for the first week, it's all nominations. And then for the second week, it opens up for the voting. And so 25 will appear out of all the nominations that come in. And out of those, and how we come up with those is another, trade secret that we got. And then once that appears, and you vote, those that win the nomination and those that win the vote get airdropped winnings. And the way we do that is we charge a 3% sales tax for every buy, sell, and transfer.
Okay.
1% goes into our stability, market making, and expenses for the company. We have 0.5% goes to marketing, and then 1% goes into what we call the DGen wallet, and that wallet is what we buy up the winning token, and we airdrop it for everybody. We split that in half. Half of that is bought up and split, goes to the winning nominator and voters, and the other half is Sosana tokens get airdropped and sent to them as well. So they're winning both tokens. People love it. They're making the money out of thin air.
Yeah.
Obviously you're holding, so every transaction adds to it. But and then what we do, we educate everybody to, this is how you build your portfolio. It's not about chasing the next shiny object. The community has spoken. This is who we think is the best. There's a top 10 list of token winners. The number one, of course, gets all the accolades, and they have, but all 10 get a badge that they can use. There's different badges that we have, and they can put them on their website that link back to their business profile page. And so so that takes us to the next level. So it's nominating and voting. Will kind of bring some of the more reputable projects, or the ones that should be recognized, to the surface. But we also have an educational platform. So we know that there's probably about 7 to 11% of the world's population is in crypto. So it's a very, very small percentage. And so if you increase those numbers, all of a sudden, even though it's 23 million last year, they're saying now there's 1 million a week popping up.
That's too many.
It's too many. It's too many. And it's obviously...
but we're looking for quality over quantity, right?
Exactly. And the other thing is, it's not like the stock exchange and other markets where you got to jump through hoops and there's lots of money up front, and there's regulations. This is the wild west right now. And so in order to easily bring somebody, a newbie, into the space who doesn't understand crypto, we have instructors that can help onboard. We can hold their hand and show them how to download a wallet, how to buy crypto safely. But our educational platform doesn't stop there. That's just the kind of the entrance. With that, we can't charge crypto for it because they don't know how to get crypto.
Yeah.
But then our educational platform, which is SOSANAschool.com, that's where you can take classes all about crypto, from a newbie up to somebody who wants to start their own crypto company.
Yeah.
Then in order to also help self-regulate the industry, we're trying to hold not just the members accountable, but businesses as well. So whether you're a token project, you're a KOL or a vendor, you can come onto our directory. You can take out a page for free, or you can claim it to really get behind it, be able to market and promote. And there's a lot of chat and things you can hold court inside your profile page, but also gives the members the ability to review. So we're sort of like the trust pilot, if you will, of crypto, where people can leave reviews for these different businesses, and it's SEO'd, and we'll be digging into the natural searches and helping to discover all these different crypto projects. But then to the next level of accountability is our complaint system. So we operate the bettertokenbureau.com, the bettertokenbureau.com, and we're rolling it out. It's all been built, but we're staffing it now, and we have a person in charge. But we're building out this piece of it, and it'll be ready very soon. You can certainly begin signing up now and lodging complaints. It's we're collecting a lot of information, but it's sort of like the Better Business Bureau.
Yeah.
We'll give the businesses the chance to respond. You're not guilty at first. We're going to be very fair about it. We're going to mediate it, and we're going to try to make sure that people are made whole, taken care of if they were scammed or if there was a mistake, and give the businesses the chance to speak for themselves and air out what their side is, and then we'll kind of mediate that, and it creates a grading system. So now you've got a grade for the companies, tokens, KOLs, vendors. You've got reviews score for them as well, and ultimately in our next iteration, we're not there yet, but we will have between all that sort of a trust score, which there's a lot of things that we can do with that trust score.
Yeah, that's really cool, because when we first spoke last year, I spoke with Mark, there was a voting system, and you could be able to vet these companies, but having like the Better Token Bureau complaint system, the Trust Pilot, it's like creating a whole ecosystem.
It is.
For people understanding what they're getting into, the legitimacy of projects. If you look at a restaurant, you're looking at the reviews, or you look at it on Yelp and there's comments on different things, and then if you need to make a complaint, there's something for that on the token side in Web3 as well.
Exactly, and here we're also holding the members accountable. So you can't just lodge a complaint. So you have to be verified as well to lodge a complaint. So we want to make sure we don't get somebody with a vendetta against a company, another company, to trying to take down a company. So we're trying to be very fair, level playing field. It's operating as a separate entity, but at the same time it's integrated into our DApp. So the rating, the reviews, everything is kind of shared on both sides. So it's been a tremendous undertaking. It's been a little over a year of development, and we're still at it, because we're always evolving and improving. Our community went live officially last week, and we're in the phase of building apps for it, and so it's all marketing. I was very quiet, even though we got close to 4,000 members. I was very quiet in marketing. I didn't want to do anything until we were ready. And now we're ready. So we've built a marketing system allowing members to refer and earn. You can go to getsosana.com. There's a 4-minute video to watch. It's a really cool video. We think it's pretty awesome. And you can find out more information as well. We hold 4 live calls per week, Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard at sosanacalls.com is the website. That takes it to the Zoom calls. And then also we give vendors and KOLs like yourself and token projects the ability to reach out to our community through AMAs. So we have an AMA system built into our community as well for that. We're just sort of I made this comparison the other day. a lot of crypto people aren't that they don't really remember the AOL days, but I do. I'm one of the older crypto guys around. But back in the day, of the internet, it was no one knew how to do anything. It was very complex. It was the wild, wild west, and AOL popped up as sort of the guardrails of the space, and everybody flocked to them. They were sending out DVDs, every day. It was unbelievable. Marketing campaigns they were doing. But everybody had an AOL account back then. Then Google came and the others came, and it just, the training wheels came off, and it was so much easier for everybody to get around. I don't see any training wheels coming off in this space because the scammers are just hovering, and they unfortunately have taken a lot of money from our own people, in our community, and nobody is exempt from it. As we got taken advantage of, and I say this, I don't shy away from it. The irony is, in the very beginning, version 1, we hired a dev in March of 2025. We were taken off, got a couple hundred members, and by the end of the month, they had a backdoor, and they were part of a dev, crime syndicate out of Bulgaria. I forget the name of the country, but they drained it. And we're very transparent with our community, regular contact. We rebuilt it from the ground up, better, stronger, audits all over the place. We have 4 separate smart contracts, each one audited, and we made everybody whole again. Every single one of our customers, every member, we airdropped all their tokens, and they've been troopers. They've held because they believe in what we're doing. And so we say like a phoenix risen from the ashes, man. We're back, better, stronger than ever, and we're ready to just go nuts right now.
Yeah, definitely. I know it's crazy out there, but it sounds like you guys have built it out now even wider with all of these other functionalities and trust scores that's coming as well. So props to you guys for trying to continuing to make the industry a more legit place, especially for early stage startups where there's not a lot of information on them.
Yeah, exactly. And for early stage, let's say you're a pre-launch token. You can come onto our directory. There is a caveat. The owner of the pre-launch token has to first verify himself. So tokens do not have to verify to be nominated. It's in their best interest once they've been, and every time there's been a nomination winner, the token projects they're all now involved, and they're coming onto our calls, and we're meeting up here they love what we're doing, and on average they've gone up between 500 and 700% each token. So it's working for them. But the pre-launch token owner would have to get vetted. And then once that's vetted, and they want to nominate themselves, we as admins get notified. We do another verifications to make sure that they seem legit. Then they can officially nominate themselves, or the community can nominate them. Only our affiliates can nominate. So we have a separate special arrangement for members who upgrade to become an affiliate, so they can refer. One of the things they benefit from is that they can take part of the pre-launch project. Right now it's about nominating and voting, even though there's no token yet, so everyone is earning SOL in that one. So that's how we get around that. Soon we'll be launching SOSANA Bot, which will include a pre-launch launch pad for these companies that can then really sell their tokens pre-launch in the pre-launch stage.
That's exciting.
Yeah. There's a lot of phases coming.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of different platforms there. I can leave a link in the show notes to the different parts that you talked about. In terms of the pre-launch, I'm always personally interested in that kind of stuff. What's the best way to follow along with the updates and to get involved early on with that?
Sure. So, we haven't completely left Telegram. We've locked it up. Our community chat there is now just all announcements. So you can see announcements there. You can come to community.sosana.io.
Okay.
It's free to fill out information and kind of see some basic stuff, but you have to upgrade to really, get there, to meet and greet with everybody. We have GetSosana.com is sort of our marketing system where you can fill out a form and there's follow up and you can watch their video. The main website is SOSANA.io. That's our main website. There's I don't want to overwhelm everybody with so many sites because we got the school and we got the Better Token Bureau.
Yeah.
But as a reminder, Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a live conference call hosted by our team, and sosanacalls.com is where it's at. You can find out so much and ask questions and things like that. It's very informational. So.
Sounds great, David. Thank you for the time, and
welcome.
all the best with making the industry more legitimate and growing it and getting more people involved that are vetted.
And I'm glad that this time around, now we had the interview. I know you interviewed Mark Ross last time. Now you got me, and this is when it's all good, brother. Good.
Amazing.
We've come full circle.
Yeah, thanks for the time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.